public. Just give me 1 second, guys. Sorry, it's only the second time I did this.
Okay, and now it tells me that you're recording live on YouTube. So now if you go back to YouTube and look, you should be seeing the live stream from here.
Okay, a window popped up.
Recording live on YouTube.
Okay,
To
so
YouTube and look, you should be seeing the live stream from here.
yeah, it says
window popped up.
Recording live on YouTube.
okay, I can't hear you. Is there a way? Wait a minute, Michael, you're do you want?
Yeah, it says window popped up.
Is
Okay, I can't hear you. Is there a way? Wait a minute, Michael,
wait a minute.
The microphone for the computer.
Okay, so let me just tell you what happened. So now we're back on YouTube and it says, oh yeah, live on air. Okay, so but it does say Zoom on it. That's where I think I got confused last time because it says Zoom. So you click share, right?
Mhm.
You want me to click the share on the YouTube live? And then
Right.
you want me to click embed? Oops, no.
Yep.
You want me to click embed copy or you want me to just copy it?
You want to click embed so it pops up that window and you copy all that text that's in there.
Somebody needs to text Portia. She's at the door and just keep her outside, Denny, please. She's really going nuts on my phone. You got to just, she's our talent. Okay. Okay. Hold on a second. So I just copied that. This is really confusing me. What's happening? Okay. So, I think I did it. Let's just go back. I clicked
to your website, the blog page.
Okay, we're gonna go to the blog page. And we're gonna go to posts or where? To pages? No, it's pages. It's pages.
Yes.
All pages or add new?
All pages, video stream. So you click edit on the video stream.
Edit.
And then you just highlight all that text and you paste what you just copied from YouTube.
So I highlight right over the top of that and I just, because there's something already there.
Yeah.
So you want me to just paste over the top of it?
Correct.
So just highlight this whole thing and hit paste.
Correct.
Okay. And then do what? Hit update.
There's a button on the right hand side that says update.
Update.
Okay. That'll spin for a second. And then after that, you can look and it'll see where it says video stream.
Would okay.
Permalink underneath it.
Wait, video stream permalink. Okay, but don't I need to publish it or no?
If you pasted that text from there, it's already published. So updating it.
Okay, so it says permalink, and now I look in the video stream. I look at it.
Click at that. You should get a check. And
No, it's not. It didn't go in right. It didn't do it.
The text right there, or is it not?
Yeah, that's the text right there. Okay, so that's why you got to keep Portia outside and off my phone. Okay.
Okay. Go ahead and talk to Portia.
I don't want to talk to Portia. Can you embed it for me?
Yeah, I'll fix this part for you.
Oh, you can?
Sure.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'll figure it out.
Okay, so you'll be able to get it live stream and then we'll be able to see it from there. Okay, so what we're seeing in the YouTube, what we're seeing in the, wait a minute, where is it? I don't see it. I can't see the picture of the live stream right now, bud. Oh, there it is. There's two of us in the picture though. Why is there two of us?
That's from the Zoom. I'll cancel out the meeting here really quick and then you won't be seeing that.
Okay. Can you guys just stay out there, please, until we get this done? That's why I can't do all the phone calls and texting right now. Okay, so what do you want me to do, Michael? Are you okay from here?
Yeah, I'm okay from here.
Okay, because I don't see me moving. I can see a picture of me in the studio, but I'm not moving.
Okay, I'll check. Give me a little bit.
I need to know now because I can't start moving people in here.
I don't have the answers for you now. I have to look at the Zoom and I have to look at the YouTube.
Are you sure? Do you want to, okay. Do you want to re-go through this and grab this again and then go back? Rock and Sexy on air. Okay, what do you want to do?
Just give me a couple seconds to work some things out. I'll get it done. So set the phone down for 2 minutes, take a break, and I'll get it done.
Okay, you want to call me back? You think you can do it on your own without me doing it from here?
Yes, I do.
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Okay, he can get it done. So then I can just test it. Okay, so let me go out and say hi to Portia. We're gonna have to just, sorry, it just gets so, until I know what I'm doing and how to do that myself. So, we all know what we're doing. Okay, so I think that it didn't embed correctly. Okay, so it's not live right now.
Well, you might be, but I think you paused it on your screen. That's why it's not funny.
I paused it?
Yeah, because I think
Do you know how
oh
to-
yeah, the play button's not pushed, so this is paused right now. So if you like push that and then you press live, yeah, and then now it's up. This is what's going on live right now.
This is what's going on live right now?
Yeah, it's probably on like a 10, maybe like 5 to 10 second delay.
It's working. Okay, so here's our studio. Now this is what we're gonna do. Let me look at what we got. Let's see what's happening. Okay, I gotta bring my engineer in here and then we're gonna take care of this. I think if we get, okay, let me get my engineer. Alex and Danny. Do you think we need to set it up on a box, Alex?
No, it's good height.
I think it's good height.
Maybe just turn it.
Can I ask you, babe, to sit right here just for a sec, because I need to get into the shot and then have Alex look at it. Because this is extra space right here. So what I want to do is take that extra space
Yeah.
and fit my guests into that. Okay.
Is that good?
Yeah.
A little more maybe.
No, we got her. I was just wondering if there would be a way she can sit catty corner and face that way. Okay, here's what the issue is. I've got her on for a reason, okay? So I've got her here in the studio. We've got one extra guest, but I want her for a segment of the show, okay? we had like a whole situation. We're talking about content creators in Las Vegas and kidnapping and all kinds of stuff. Anyway, we kind of rescued her from a sex trafficking situation, and I want to have her talk about it on the show.
Okay.
Okay. So that's part of one of the things I do with the union as a union officer. It's not part of my show, but I want to talk about it on the show. So that's why I went and got her from the hotel, because we're transitioning her and helping her get housing and all this stuff. So I want to do a little thing on that because it's really rampant in Vegas right now. So I wanted to have her on the show. I wasn't planning on it, but she's an extra guest.
Okay.
Okay. So what I was going to do, because we got to be compliant with the 5 feet space, how can I make that happen in your opinion?
Well, are you having everyone on at the same
Well, we got
time?
Portia here, and they're a husband and wife. I mean, they're together as a
Okay.
couple,
Yeah.
and they're a brand. So they can sit right there. Portia can sit right there, and we can do this part. And then I can't have her sit here.
During the show?
Well, because of Portia and her are too close together.
Well,
Unless I put her in a chair, or
is what she's doing gonna be after like the main show, like at the end?
yeah, we're going to talk about it at some point.
Well, then what you can do is,
Because I can't.
if you want, she can stay right here, or she can just be off camera, and then when they're done, she can just come on and sit like for that mic.
Okay, because what I can do is, yeah, I can switch somebody out for a minute.
Mhm.
So what I am going to do is ask for a chair. Okay, Denny's got his stuff. We don't need this. Thank you for your help.
Yeah.
What I can actually do is have you sit in the holding tank, the studio holding tank behind the glass. She can view the show from there. Would she have a problem getting around you?
No, I can just.
I'm
scoot
gonna
in.
put her a little chair right there. That
Yeah.
way she's in, but she's not in, because Denny's doing BTS right here.
Do you want me to?
Unless I put her there.
For the recording, do you want me to keep going when you're done with them two, and then she comes in, or do you want me to be?
Everything's gonna be recorded.
Do you want to
Yeah.
do 2 separate things though, or just one file?
No, we'll just do one file. I
Okay.
want to bring her in on the show, and we're gonna be talking about it, but I want to give them a chance to have their show first.
Okay.
Okay, because I don't want to take over the show with this kind of dramatic
Yeah, so
thing that
just-
has occurred.
Just when they're
But
done.
I went and got
yeah.
her, she's with us, and I want to see if I can work it into the show comfortably for everybody. Do you mind if that comes to be? Okay, so here's the deal, what happens. If you come in on the show, first of all, he's gonna bring in releases. Everybody has to sign a release for it to be in the show. It's a COVID release, okay, it says you're not experiencing any symptoms and blah, blah, blah. I'll have everybody in. I'm gonna bring everybody in now, if that's okay with you. Do you need me for anything? Like
No.
questions, anything?
Nope, I'm just gonna.
Okay, and what time is it? Where are we at the time?
It's like 20 to 7, 18 to 7.
Okay.
Can I get a chair?
Yeah, we're gonna put a chair in there for you. Which one is your water? Here. And that way you'll be there. And if we want, here you go. So you can watch everything, you'll see everything, you'll be right behind me. What I would ultimately like to do is bring you out and have you with me here, but we'll work on that in just a minute once I see everybody, okay? I just want you to be comfortable. All right, dear? And always remember, it's my show. You can't make a mistake. I'm the boss. It's all good. Just listen to me and then talk to me. That's all you got to focus on. So if you feel nervous at all about it or whatever, okay? We are live streaming already as far as the show goes, but just trust me. Nobody goes through me. Okay, hon? Okay, good. I'm going to go out and get them. Alex, and we're good to bring them in, right?
Yeah,
See
they
if
can just be.
Yeah, we're
right
gonna
there.
set them in. I'm gonna sit everybody down. And I'll make sure everybody has a mask.
Yeah, and then we'll just we'll do the sound check, make sure everyone's good, and then we'll be ready to go.
Yeah, and you have the intro and the outro already on,
Yeah,
or
I have,
to play, or
I
whatever?
have the speaker with me. Yeah.
Okay, cool. That'll be awesome.
And what I sent you last time, that was good to go. Right?
You know what? The audio came out perfect. Everybody that heard the audio thought it was great. If we would have been able to somehow have that thing with the overhead, it was perfect
Yeah,
too.
that's the only thing that we just haven't figured out.
You know what I
yet.
did? I went over because there's a place called Studio 9 around here, and I went over because apparently they do both.
Mm.
And I wanted to see what they're using.
Mhm.
Okay, because they have like a kind of schlocky plastic table set up. so there's not the cool studio, but they can run it with studio audio and
Yeah,
video.
and I talked to Mark about
And
it, so
I
we're
was-
gonna look into getting more
Yeah,
stuff.
because I looked at it and I was like, okay, well, what does this have that we don't have? Because I'll just
The
get.
main thing is this board has one input plug, so if you're streaming from there, it's hard, like, I wouldn't be able to hook the board up to your computer.
Because I was
to get
gonna
the
ask
audio.
you, why don't we have you stop by there one day and look at what he's doing? Because he did a whole demonstration. I was like, oh, well, what are you using? All it is a thing that big.
Yeah,
It's just probably a different thing.
yeah, this one just, the only thing it has is there's one import for a computer.
This
So
guy,
this-
because we sat down, they had a Skype screen right there on the table. It's a 4-table setup. They had a Skype screen and they had the ability to have 2 cams that were switching back. And he was showing them to me where if I was talking, there was a cam on me and then there was a cam on everything else. And it was a thing that big. And
Yeah,
I was
so-
like, what is that?
One thing we are probably gonna get, it's called a stream deck, and it has different buttons for the different screens. We just have to hook it up to you and to this, so it can pick up sound. That's the only thing.
Because this is awesome. And I want to be able to put Rock and Sexy Uncensored right there.
As like a
So
logo.
that when we come in, yeah, just like you said,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
so we just want to put the logo up there. And then when people are here in the studio, and we can do that with live stream, we can get so much more attention out of it too. And if we're going to use a studio like this, we need to see it.
Yeah, and just
You
the
know
only
what I'm
thing
saying?
for this one, the best way it works is like a separate laptop or whatever.
And
just-
if we're getting
hook it
that
up and
kind of
go.
light on here, we can put like good, like blue and some gel, like concert looking light. Because we're going to get like people. We've got Monty Pittman's coming up. Madonna's guitarist is coming up. He's from the guitarist from Prong. He's coming up to do the show. He's coming up with his guys. And they're going to come up and do the show in studio first. They're all excited because they get to take a trip to Vegas for the weekend.
Yeah.
But they want to do it live.
Yeah,
You know, they're like, I want to do the show live if we're going to do it. And that benefits me because it pushes our show up.
Oh yeah, we're
So-
definitely looking into
Yeah.
just getting different stuff so we can make it happen. Just
Okay,
right
cool.
now, this is what we have to work
Right.
with, and we'll keep
So
going
we'll
forward.
make it happen.
Yep.
Okay, cool.
You're listening to Rock'n'SeXXXyU, Uncensored, bringing you the cutting edge of the Entertainment World Weekly, hosted by Amber.
We're gonna take studio pictures. Okay, so the live stream, the background live stream is running now, just to let you guys know, BTS. Okay, so we are live BTS, so don't call your ex-wife a hookup. As she entered the studio, or maybe you should, all right? So come on in. Come on in. You're gonna sit right here together. These you two are on the mics, this is mine. We got a service dog in the house. Where are you comfortable? That's what really matters. Okay, so we got all the releases are here. And I just want to make sure everybody signs one before they go, okay? What time is it right now?
10 to 7.
It's 10 to 7. Okay. And then I'm gonna sit down and I'll bring you out and introduce you in just a second, Lola, so you don't feel uncomfortable, okay, sweetheart?
Relax, girls.
Not for the doggy. Can you guys just sign one of these really quick? Basically, it exactly says that you're not experiencing any signs of COVID, that you are going to take your mask off in the studio for your own comfort, and that you're not going to sue anybody if you have COVID afterwards. Yeah,
Pretty much,
it's an
right?
insurance. It's just a release. It's a standard
Our
release.
studio, we use that,
Yeah, well, everybody has to. It's by law, to be honest with you.
the indemnification is.
It is by law that you have to have a release for people to take their masks off on air or in any kind of studio situation. Yeah, it's part of like an insurance thing now, so they make you do that. So just sign that, and then I'm gonna pass one back to Lola, because she might walk out. Okay. Anybody feeling hot? I'm not gonna put you guys through the temperature check in 10 minutes. You okay?
I'm fine. You can get it fast.
Okay. I just want to introduce you really fast. Lala, please come out. Now, Portia already knows Lala. And they know a little bit about your story because we've all been kind of supporting each other and working together on this, okay? This is Lala. This is the girl
Sophie.
who was involved in the whole situation with the backstory with like the sex trafficking thing that was going on. And we have her staying in a hotel now, right next door to me. So we're helping her relocate and getting her rehoused and resources and stuff. So we're working with her. And Brittany called me and said, take her to work with you because we're keeping her in a 24/7 type of thing. So you can go in and sit down and we're going to start the show and just relax and feel comfortable. You have a water, right? And I just have to really fast powder my face. Danny, I have to step into the thing real quick and fix myself. You want to light him, Jack?
Yeah.
So cute. She actually called me today, and I come, she's here. I didn't know if I could bring her.
This is top on.
Like, I love it.
This one, you okay being on camera?
We have 10 minutes, right?
Oh, it's
Can you bring Jordan closer so he's not in her way?
Oh, it's fine.
Are you sure?
I'm
working on him.
All
right. I got good doggy moves.
I'm sorry it's so uncomfortable, you guys, or a little uncomfortable
No, it's
with
fine.
the whole thing. You know, it's just a weird time in the world.
Exactly.
We're all trying to continue to.
Why is there cake all over the carpet?
Flourish.
It's,
Did you see that? Her birthday party.
we had a birthday party here last.
We were trying to get her to sit on the cake.
Oh.
She wouldn't do it though.
Oh, happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
First, 2 weeks ago.
You look great, both of you, all three of you. look
Thank
great.
you.
You're all
You
so
too.
beautiful and beautiful. And I really appreciate you.
I worked
guys
extra
very
hard at
much
my
so.
makeup.
And just so you know, where's my phone? Doesn't even see it.
Over there on the
Right there.
table.
On the other
Okay.
table.
I'm gonna shoot
You
a
good?
full squirt after this.
Yeah.
Are you?
How much?
Your water.
You got everything you need?
I'm good.
Okay.
We like those. We can edit them out.
Oh, this is what I need. I need my glasses.
We're not gonna get anywhere. Hold on one second. Oops, wait, wait.
I can't wear my contacts.
Thanks,
Yeah,
man.
see the whole
Where are
outfit,
they right
you
now?
know.
The shoes
The whole
are killer.
swag.
Yeah, those are cute. For sure. They match, of course.
Yeah.
Good for you. See,
Like,
I'm not the only one
make
who
sure they
likes
get the
smells.
whole
Wait, you sound
outfit.
So this is a really new thing for us. Oh, it looks good. How does it look, Michael? Michael's in the background. Yeah, it's, okay, so we remember there was a 20-second delay.
I was just looking at that.
So does that mean you want me to start early?
No.
He said there was a 20-second delay.
Yeah, you should be fine to start at 7 o'clock. He'll still start around 7.
Okay, I just need to wipe this.
I love that skirt.
Thank you. I just need to wipe my glasses really fast, if that's okay.
Can I
Give it
just
on
get
your
a
shirt.
mic
Give me your
check?
shirt.
Can I get my check over in the corner right here?
Jenny. So
Perfect.
glad you're here, Jen.
1, 2, 1, 2.
Perfect.
Hello.
Awesome.
Don't lean
Just
into
don't
it.
call me a
Oh,
sub.
don't lean into it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll pick up your voice.
Okay, sorry.
That
No,
was
you're
just a
good.
kind of a
I
momentary.
know. That was.
I love the glasses on you. So cute.
Just
There's a whole
kind of
story
move it
behind
in
these
towards you just a
glasses.
little bit. Perfect. And then,
Okay, so here's the deal.
Perfect. All right.
Whoops. The main part of the show is that we have a great time, okay? It's all about you guys, all right? It's all about you guys, and I mean you too. Obviously, you're in this. But just to make the girls feel comfortable, I have a following. You guys have fan bases. Okay, they're gonna see, my fan base is gonna see you guys for the first time. They're all good. Trust me, I've trained them well. They treat the girls good, okay? So then they know. So it's all, we've been on AVN today, XBiz today, AI News did a thing on it today. So all the top people out there are also looking at the show right now because we were dark for, since January when I came up here to start. And then they were like, they literally came and said, Amber, let's get Rock'N'SeXXYU back up and launched from Vegas. And I love the people in the industry. So
We love you too.
we're just gonna have a good time, and it's all about like talking about stuff, sex positive, all your stuff is positive, what you got to offer, what you want your fans to know about you guys, and remember a couple of things is when I say, how do your fans reach you? Somebody wants to say, here's my Twitter handle, here's my website handle, here's my OnlyFans, whatever it is, to get them to go to it, because while you're on air, they're going to be going to looking at your stuff. Okay. And so then it will be in perpetuity as well. I'm not going to do that same long announcement we did last time. So back in LA, I had this thing about taking my mic and pulling it into my face to do my part of the show. And now he's taking it out of my face, so I can barely function. So if I look like I'm tripping on my tongue in the beginning, I'm gonna try to.
2 minutes until 7. And then I'll play the intro on here and then just
All right.
get right into it.
Let me do.
All right, Lala, are you comfy in there? Do you have a water in case you get dry?
Yeah, let me go ahead.
Oh, let's get these off the table, guys.
I don't know if they want
I know, what's in it? And the doggy, what's the doggy's name?
Jordan,
Jordan.
after Michael
Is
Jordan.
he
I'm a big
okay?
Jordan
He's not gonna
fan.
jump anybody if they
No,
get.
he's good.
Give me a 30-second.
You heard his name, so he woke up.
Oh, yeah.
Can you hear me? Test, test.
Yeah.
All right. Woo! Let's go. Let's have a good time. All right, you guys.
Still got 2 minutes.
Oh, we do?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
So this is the main camera, or?
No, this is just, we're watching what he's getting. Michael is
Okay.
in the background and
Okay.
he is running the live stream. And so I get to have an idea of what's going on because I'm a Virgo.
Okay. And this is the main camera.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
This is
We're
the
here.
BTS camera.
Denny, I can see you when you're wherever you were.
Oh, yeah.
And then when you do that, you kind of cross Portia. So How would I keep her?
1 minute.
All right. How would I keep her 5 feet apart if she comes into the room from everybody so everybody can feel safe?
Oh, Lala?
Yeah, let me work with these.
Well, I mean, she won't be able to get picked up unless she uses one of the mics in here, so.
Okay, do I need to wait 20 seconds to start the show then?
Well, when this turns to 7, I'll just play the intro and then I'll say go.
I love it. Fans get to sit and watch us go. All right.
But when she comes in, she needs to sit somewhere with a mic.
We're not gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'm playing the intro.
Awesome. Let's go. Have a great show.
You're listening to Rockin' Sexy Uncensored, bringing you the cutting edge of the entertainment world weekly, hosted by Amber Lynn.
All right, happy Thursday, everybody. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Rockin' Sexy Uncensored. We're live streaming tonight from Las Vegas out of the Space LV. Glad to be here with you all. Our show will be available both audio and video on our radio show blog at rockandSexyUncensored.com. Make sure you follow us on all of your social media links. And here we are. This is our second show live from Las Vegas. We're super glad to be here, guys. RNSU has been working overtime to bring you the cutting edge of the entertainment world of music, movies, and more. Tonight is no exception. I'm your host, Amber Lynn, and it is my pleasure to be here with you guys tonight and to introduce you guys to some more. And I bring these guys out. This is like my industry, and I know you guys are used to me having a lot of mainstream people in the studio, whether it be directors, music artists, all kinds of people. But I also get to mix in people from my industry, and I never forget my roots, guys. I am, as you all know, a porn star, first and foremost. And I'm not one of those people who has ever not embraced my roots and brought them with me. So, and that's something you're always going to see in me. So joining me live in the studio tonight, we have some very special guests from the world of adult entertainment. First off, she is known as the Iron MILF. She is a former college athlete, pro volleyball player, 10-time marathoner. I can't even imagine that. And an Ironman triathlon finisher. She has performed in how many scenes?
Oh, I'm gonna guess at least 40.
40
In the last few
scenes.
years.
She's just a baby.
Just a baby. I'm a
She's
newbie.
just a
I am.
baby,
Just
right? I'm
trying.
like, I done 500 scenes, but it took me
I
a
know,
lot of
I'm a
years to get
baby.
there. Okay, she's got 40 scenes up there, and she has performed for all of the top shelf companies, including Wicked, Naughty America, Reality Kings, and all of the best. But she already has her own business brand. And I got to tell you guys something. I got a lot of respect for that. Along with her partner, who is here tonight. And I made a mistake on the blog. I was like, well, it's her partner in life and her partner in business. And they were like, we're going to correct you on that. This is my business partner.
Yeah.
So we're gonna let them tell us all about that, but they're here tonight and we're so happy to have them in the house. They are top content creators. They own yummygirl.com and youngguns3.com. Please welcome to Rockin' Sexy Uncensored. Sophie Marie is in the house with Spike Irons tonight. How you doing, guys?
Good. How are you?
Good to see you guys. Good to have you. This is their service dog. Wait,
Really?
Jordan, and Jordan has apparently located some of the birthday cake right now.
Jordan? Did you smell some places out there?
Right? Yeah, I know.
Hey, Mama
Aw.
taught him well,
Is
right?
he okay?
Yeah.
Is he okay? It's cool. All right, cool. No, but there is birthday cake on the ground, so you're gonna have to, Jordan's gonna be like checking that out. And also joining us live in the studio. And this is her calling herself. She is a Puerto Rican bombshell. We called Brittany that last week as well, right? She's already creating quite a stir in the adult world. her work can be seen at top studio talent list, Reality Kings again. Bang Brothers, I work for them, and coming soon near you. Please welcome Miss Portia Carrera in the house.
Thank you.
How you doing, darling?
I'm good. Thank you for having me.
Is this your first radio show interview, either of you? I was thinking about that on the way in. Is this anybody's first of the girls?
Just the second.
Just the second?
Yeah. This is my first.
This is your first? I was just wondering about that because I was thinking to myself, and I love to do that because I love, you know, when I came into the industry and I had this whole conversation. I had Brittany Andrews. And by the way, just want to say, we had Brittany Andrews last week live in the studio. It was an amazing 2-hour special for my birthday. And I just want to give a shout out again. Thank you so much for making my birthday so amazingly special. And everything went perfectly. We had a great time. And so we had Brittany Andrews last week, and Brittany is a legend in the industry.
Yes,
She has
she's awesome.
built a huge brand and a name for herself and a following out there. She is absolutely a great example to any woman coming into the industry. And we had this whole conversation about how she got started and how she used to look up to me, you know? And she used to say, God, I used to say, like, I want to be, you know, on the road with, you know, like Lynn doing, you know, feature dancing and making all this money and stuff. And so I was thinking about before the show, I wonder if this is anybody's first interview, because I remember like all my firsts and the things that happened for me. And I really love doing things. I was telling Spike this earlier, doing things for people in the industry who are, and I'm not saying you're not established, obviously you are, and you are, okay? You guys are already in here kicking ass and taking names, but to be able to work together and to give to the girls and to say, hey, you know, we've all worked very hard as a collective group to take this from being like an industry that's been stigmatized. And when I first came in, you know, it wasn't legal to shoot porn in the San Fernando Valley. You couldn't walk around saying, I'm an adult film star proudly. You had, being an adult film star was something that, you know, you'd have the feds kicking down your door. You know what I mean? It's not like that today. It has come so far and people are out there, and, you know, I just love the fact, and one of the things I absolutely love with you, Sophie, is that you are branding yourself, you know, and you're thinking along those lines. And I really want to bring Portia in on that as well, because when we started and I came up in the industry with a lot of other girls that, you know, that got it really fast, where we realized I am my business, you know, and I know that the world looks into the industry like a fishbowl, and it thinks that this is an industry that is exploiting women and abusing them. And this is not really how our industry is run. Obviously, with any industry, and I want to bring Spike in on this because Spike is the one who is kind of behind the brand with you, right?
Yeah.
You know, obviously with any industry or business, there are good players and there are bad players. We're going to be talking a little bit about some of the bad players and how they run. And we have somebody who will be joining us a little later on in the show, guys, who got hooked in with the wrong people, okay? And we watch it now. We know we have a responsibility to watch out for certain things. And early on in my career, there were a couple of things I said I won't tolerate, I won't stand for. And one of them is child pornographers, people that are taking underage people and trying to expose them to porn before they're old enough to be a consenting adult. And also people who are trafficking women and abusing them to get them to do things and not get paid for them, okay? Both the abuse and the not paying them is completely wrong. So when I see girls come into the industry and I see them making a place for themselves and they're working hard, putting out good product, and I had to look at some of your product
both of your guys's, but I'm just gonna address a little bit with Sophie here now. You know, I really have a lot of respect for you. You have a very unique thing about you with the athletic stuff that goes on. You know, when I was first in the industry, I was doing like fitness contests and stuff like that. It's not something that is prevalent today.
Right,
You-
it's different.
Right, we were like Corey Everson was like, you know, huge, and we were in the gym. My brother was Buck Adams, and he was a very big director in the adult industry, award-winning director, and he was a boxer, professional boxer. So we brought a lot of that into the industry, you know. And at that time, people weren't into fitness in
Right,
the
they just
industry.
wanted to-
No,
Yeah,
they
they just
were-
wanted to
no,
watch the-
you had to,
them.
like, people coming from the 70s, you know, and that was before my time, okay? But we were talking about Harry Reams, Jamie Gillis, Seika, Marilyn Chambers. Those were the big stars when I walked in the door, and they were huge. But they weren't like kind of fitness people and stuff like that. So I brought a lot of that in with me, and it's good that you're using that and bringing it into your work to give you that unique appeal, because you have this like girl next door look about you that is like, this does not look like a girl who is going to be
Fucking on
who
film.
is going to be, well, I mean, anybody can fuck up.
Well, true, yeah.
But
you're right, I
it's
guess.
that unassuming thing where I look at her and go, I think she's going to be a grad student or a lawyer, you know, or going to law school or something like that. So tell us about, like, how did you, why did you, what made you think porn, and when did it happen for you? What was it?
Okay, so I'm 40.
Okay.
I'll be 41 next month. Long story short, about 6 years ago, I started bikini modeling.
Okay.
And that's actually where I met Spike. My husband and I are swingers.
Okay.
We met Spike and his wife at a swingers party, and he likes to take photos, yada yada. So I said, hey Sophie, you should go on, you know, like Malibu Strings or Wicked Weasel. Well, at the time I had like ginormous bottoms, like you can sail an ocean, you know, big bottoms. So
Wait, is there
anyway,
a table's falling over? Is the table coming down? Hold on 1 second, just make sure it doesn't come down.
I think it might be the water.
Oh, it might be the water. Maybe somebody wants to hold it. Okay, I just don't want you guys.
We have ocean here in a second.
Okay, got it. So you
So-
have, okay, so I just want to say, okay, so when you say everybody knows what a swinger is.
oh,
right,
okay,
guys?
yes.
Do we
Oh,
need to
well,
break
not
that down?
everybody.
Well, because not everybody does.
Yeah,
So
you're
I
right.
try to say we need to kind of break things down for people so they get it. So they're from the world of swinging.
Yes.
Which is an open marriage in layman's terms.
Yeah,
In layman's terms, it's an open marriage where they are people who participate in sex for fun, right?
Right.
It's not porn.
No,
It's done.
it's for pleasure.
It's
and
for
fun
pleasure and what would you say? I'm trying to
It's
think of what the word is.
There's a lot of laughing, so I'd say
Laugh-
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a for fun and for free.
for fun for free. There you go.
For free,
And
guys.
you're not
You know,
filmed. You're not.
right?
It's just.
And they
it's
have
all-
events, and most people do know what swingers are, but for the people that don't out there, and this is by choice, and this is something they do, and it's run completely differently and outside of the adult business. There's no cameras allowed.
Right.
It's consenting, and I've had people on the show talking about it. You know, Nina Hartley is like a professor at it, you know. But it's all about consent, and it's all about choice,
And it's all run by the women.
and it's all run by the women,
Yes,
which
yes.
was, I did a show on that, how interesting it is, because the women chooses and they kind of do the negotiating, right? And then you just, the men
just kind of tag along.
The men are really hoping that they're not gonna have to take one for the team.
right? The men are sitting in the background going, no, honey, not her. Oh, no, I'm just kidding.
Oh, that happens.
But it could happen, right?
It
Yeah.
does.
I remember because I had an attorney, and he was, they were swingers, right? And they introduced me to lifestyles and after midnight and all that stuff. And I call myself sexually open. There isn't anything that I'm not interested in looking at, you know? And I love life and I love to know about things. I'm very curious. And so one of my attorneys, in his significant other at the time, he went through several of them, well, being my attorney, they invited me to a big swinger party. And at the time I was dating this guy in the industry, and we showed up at this party, and this was like in probably the mid 90s. It was the heyday for me of my notoriety, I'm gonna say, you know. And so I walked into this party, and it was like a big thing they were having, like this. I don't know if it was a holiday or something. It was being held at this mansion. It was massive. And I was sitting in the pool, and all these people were gathered around me, and they were looking at me, and I looked at Frank, and I said, "Do you feel like a Scooby snack right now?" But that was what happened. Like, the women came over, and they're so nice. We had so much fun. And they were like, "Oh, Amber, blah, blah, blah." But I was like, God, you know, but the women all negotiated.
Yeah.
It was like, and if you tried to talk to the man, they would just kind of,
Yeah, kind of.
they wouldn't even talk to you.
Right.
I was like, the first time in my life, I could give you play. The guys, right? Because they would just point to the woman.
To the woman, you gotta. Yeah, you have to
Right.
go and
So
negotiate.
those are rules. Okay.
They are,
It's
yeah.
more of the culture than a rule.
Okay.
I think-
It's a culture. And
Yeah.
so you guys are swingers, and you've never done porn.
I had never done porn. Right. So I met my husband. He's like, "Hey, Sophie, I used to be a swinger." I'm like, I had no idea. Honestly, I'm like, what the hell is that? So we went to a party in Palm Springs. It was
This might have been in Palm Springs where I was.
a
But there's
Halloween
some kind
slush
of
party.
there's something like a big event that occurs
Yes.
every year that's like a huge lifestyle thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and I like to dress very, like, you have seen my bikinis I wear, very little, sexy, have a couple cocktails, dance, meet nice people.
And before the show is over, she is going to show us her abs, okay? Because you guys are going to be on the floor crying. I was like in the gym before I came. I know Sophie Marie is going to be on the show today. I'm going to the gym.
So yeah, so anyway, we met Spike and his wife and at the party, and it just kind of all snowballed. Like, I went from bikini to topless to nude, and I'm like, my first girl experience was at a
So
swinger
your
party.
first scene was girl.
Yes.
Okay, so you
Yep.
did a girl.
Well,
It wasn't a scene.
it wasn't a scene.
Here's another funny part about
It
porn.
was
A little
an
point I'd like to
experience.
make. People are like, what? Because your everyday people are going,
What is
they did a lesbian scene? In porn, doing girl is like a holiday cakewalk. Okay? If you're broken in with girl, it means you got it gentle,
Right.
you got it respectable, and painless, and it was cool,
And then
and-
swinging, that's the first course.
Yeah, and swinging, that's the first
That's the
course.
warm-up
Oh,
act.
okay,
That was
okay.
nice.
So it was like a natural progression for you, right?
Yeah.
And so how'd you feel about it? You were like, I'm gonna do porn.
It was nice, and I had all these photos from bikini to nude that Spike had shot for me at this beach in San Diego called Lux Beach, the nude beach. I'm like, I'm gonna build a website. Spike's like, okay, whatever, I'll help you out. So
The reason why is she was getting guys willing to pay her for the photos.
yes,
Okay.
to
So
go
just randomly soliciting her off these websites, the bikini sites, hey, I want to see more, I'm gonna pay you.
I'm gonna pay you.
yeah.
So
And there
it-
is like a whole fetish genre of fit women, because I used to make a large portion of my money just doing fit modeling. And they do like, I've had LA Trevino, she's the 2-time world champion going after Miss Olympia this year. She's been on the show, and people like just follow the fitness craze.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
When I
you
can,
get-
they're like, hey, Sophie, show your muscles, your veins. I'm like,
And you could have done that,
I
right?
don't know if I
Yeah.
actually, but
She still could.
But the thing about you that I love is that you're lanky and you look like a fashion model. You have the fashion model look, but then you've got the muscle at the same time. So the way it's laid out on your body, it's not necessarily bulky, and
Uh-huh.
like that, right? Where, and I've seen it, and believe me, I've gone back and forth in my own life with it. So how did you progress to porn?
so then
Hardcore.
I think after my girl experience swinging, I'm like, oh wow, that pussy was nice. And then I went to a couple other swinger parties. My husband like, oh, that cock is, and I just felt more, I think I felt more comfortable in front of the
But
camera.
once you're a swinger, you're already seeing cock and pussy, right?
Well, yes,
Yeah.
but I think
I
it's
don't want to tell a
different.
story about.
She didn't
I
tell the
think
first
it's-
part of her story, which was when her husband met her. She didn't know what anything.
Well, I told her that.
Oh,
No,
okay.
no,
I
so
didn't know
she
what a
went from
swinger
being
was.
literally the girl that she presents herself to you right now is that sweet, naive girl. She was that. She didn't know all these words that you're learning.
What were you
talking about.
before you got into the swing?
I was a nanny.
You were a nanny. I could see you as a nanny.
Yeah, I love little
Yeah, you.
kids,
Yeah,
the babies, and
you just look like I could just see you in a college sweatshirt right now. I could just. See
I
you
would
in
be in a
Harvard.
sweatshirt and
I could
sweats
just
and
see
shit.
you in Harvard, right? Just a little Harvard thing. Okay, so let's fast forward. So we got the time to get to the real nuts and bolts, which is what we want to tell you guys about what she's doing now. So she makes porn, and you obviously have a good experience,
Oh, yeah.
right? Was any part of it negative in the beginning?
In the beginning, no, I would say, so I've been in 4 or 5 years, 4 years,
Okay.
we'll say. The only negative thing I had was when I did a scene with 2 guys, and the guy, it was an anal scene, and the guy pulled a butt plug out of my ass without saying anything. So he's on my no list.
What the hell?
Like,
How dare you,
Spike was
How
shooting it.
dare you touch her butt plug?
And
without
I'm
asking?
very, with anal, I do very select with anal.
Uh-huh. And did you do it at first? Because I didn't do it for my first.
Oh, no, I don't
5
shoot anal
years.
for other companies. I only shoot it for my own.
You took me a long time to warm up to that. I was gonna say grease up to it. It took me a long time to get into that. And, you know, like I said, I went back and forth with stuff. You know, there were good experiences. There were over the top experiences. There were experiences that I wish I hadn't had. They were great learning experiences for me. I got around people who said to me and took me aside and said, listen, you are your product. Okay. You need to take control of your product.
Right.
Okay. We have a tendency sometimes, women, a lot of women do, not all women, where we will get into this thing because it's personal and we're emotionally attached, where we will not take care of ourselves. You have to learn to do that really fast in the adult industry. And it looks to me like you've obviously gone in and built a brand. So you two at some point merged, because you're talking about a wife and you're talking about a husband, and now you're here together.
Right.
So what's going on there?
So our business partnership started with, we became friends through swinging, and then I started doing her photography for her because her husband
Obviously
doesn't do
great,
that.
right.
So, and then she started getting people wanting money for more pictures and more sexually explicit things, and she kept saying yes and yes and yes, and then all of a sudden there's a revenue stream and no way to distribute it. So therefore we need to build a website so people can.
That's
start-
awesome. So are both of you still married to other people?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
I don't have
For
any
some
kids,
reason,
but
and believe
you're
me,
cute little-
I
little
thought
ones.
they were together, and I saw you guys, and you sure look like you guys could be together.
But we're together a lot.
we work together.
She pays me in blowjobs. So.
Does she?
That's a little cam.
Damn.
He's a cam partner too.
Damn.
He's a
Oh, you're her cam partner too.
one of the, I have a few, but
And
yeah.
Spike, do you only shoot with Sophie, or do you shoot with the other people in the
I
adult
do
business?
shoot.
You just shoot yourself, because look at him, look at him, he's a good looking guy, right? Yeah, and I saw a whole thing on your backstory too, where you said that you got into the industry a little bit late and blah, blah, blah. And I was expecting to see like, you know, a Herschel Savage come in here, or somebody older looking, and you're not, you know, you look great.
Oh, I told you.
Are you enjoying? Yeah, our makeup, it's all the makeup, I know that, right?
the lighting?
Trust me, my doorman see me come downstairs and leave for the show. Wow. I'm all running around, no makeup in the gym all the time, you know, so that's great. And so you guys are doing good. You're now 6 years in business together.
Yep.
And things are going well.
Things are going well.
She's branded.
We're branded, and we're working with other performers to be a network for them to sell their content.
That's right.
So
Now,
you're-
one of the reasons why I wanted them on the show, and I want to just mention that really fast, is they are top content creators and have top content platforms. So their platforms are there for other people to then produce their own content and put them on with them. And here's the thing. The whole premise of the show was called Content Creation Platforms, the New Porn, ? The reason why is there's a thing going on now. It's called OnlyFans. There's all these content platforms. And instead of the studios, which really have been shut down, a lot of the major commercial studios, because of COVID, everybody and their mother, including their mother, has gotten themselves like on a content creation platform. And most people don't know what that is, but there are many of those, like OnlyFans, there's websites, there are people that produce websites. And what you can do is you just shoot your own content. Sometimes people just do it right on their iPhones, but the better it is, you put your content up, you put your bank account information in, and you're creating a revenue stream that is coming right into your bank account from your fans, right? Which gives you the ability to have that direct relationship to your fans these days, which is why we do the work to begin with, is to build that relationship with our fans. If we would have had that back in the day, like when me, Ginger, Christy Candy, we were all real fan-focused talent where we got it. You build a relationship with your fan base, you'll be here forever. They don't care. They don't care how old you get, they'll still buy your shoes and your old costumes, right? So you treat your fans like gold because they are your gold.
They're your customers.
Yeah, they're your customers. And it's great to have a relationship with the studios, but if you sell product, those studios will bring you back unless you're burning down the house. Trust me, because of that. So you guys formed a content creation platforms where other people could come in and they could
So our platform is unique because we actually build and manage the website. So there are platforms out there you can build your own kind of Wix for porn, but you don't get any benefits of being a part of a network where you have interacting SEO, and you have the ability to link out, link back in the same ways. So people like, for instance, Brittany Anders, who was your guest last week, we run her website. So people can either join it, they can watch video on demand.
She has great things to say about these guys, by the way. I just want to say thank you, Brittany Andrews, too, for bringing Spike and Sophie Marie in to the show. She suggested them and said, you got to have them on the show. And we love Brittany. I've known her for years.
She's terrific. But what we're trying to do is be able to give the benefit. So the Young Guns, XXX.com is for young guys who are creating content with all these girls. All these girls need guys, and there's fewer guys than girls who create content. So the guys get around a lot.
Right.
But the girls really don't want those guys selling their content because they don't want competition. So they have a tendency to be a little bit mean at some points, or some of the girls can be very mean about, you aren't allowed to sell it there. We signed a full release. So we created Young Guns specifically so that the young guys had a place to distribute their content in a group so that more people will find them, because they're all having sex with all these hot young girls. And you can either join her site and see it, or you can join the Young Guns site and see all the guys with all the girls.
It seems to get muddled because with all this content creation, it's a little harder to keep everything organized. You know, people are like,
It's hard to find.
It's hard. So if you find people that you can work with that will get your content out there, and you know, and also keep it all organized where nobody's getting hurt.
So we already have 8,000 content sets.
That's awesome.
So when you join, Sophie Marie XXX.com, or you join Britney'sBubbles.com, which is her site, or RavenSwallows.com, you not only get her site, either one of the three.
And you're running
you
guys are running all of this now.
it's
What
free.
is your main website to tell your fans out there?
Mine is SophieMarieXXX.com.
Sophie Marie XXX.com.
Yes.
You need to trademark your name. That's a whole nother show, but I'm just gonna tell you guys that you need to think about spending whatever that little fraction of money is to trademark your name, because that immediately allows you to own everything that your name goes on in perpetuity.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So, and it gives you more power in the real market, which is if you ever do have a problem and people like to go, oh, you're just some porn star. no, I'm sorry, I'm a brand and a trademark. And the court or anything, if you ever do just have a dispute, is gonna go, this is a trademark brand. This is a brand.
Right.
Care if it's got XXX or OOO or, donuts on it. It changes the dynamic of everything. In I don't want to say the real world, but in,
Well, just like in any business, you also want to own your domain name, you want to own your Twitter handle, your Instagram, and all those other things. Even before you, don't wait till you're famous, because someone's going to take them from you.
that's right. Because
Do
once
it
you're
when you
known,
start.
and they start right away, as soon as they see a new girl getting play, they go out and they start taking your stuff. And I still go to places where, and I had to trademark my name and stop somebody from using my name because they just wanted to get the revenue stream. So they'll call them Sophie Marie Duck or Sophie Marie
Right.
whatever. Okay, great. Got it. Thank you. So here's the thing. You guys are running all that right now, right?
Yes, and then we create content as well for it, for different niches that we have on the site.
Okay, so what are your main sites where all your fans can go?
Well, yummygirl.com is the main network site, and there's Sophie Marie XXX. We have tabooadventures.com.
And Taboo Adventures is,
It's primarily Sophie doing her mommy role play stuff.
oh, so you like to do the milk stuff?
I do.
Okay.
I do. I mean, I like work with all sorts and sizes of cocks, but and ages, sorts and sizes and ages.
Fantasies.
Yes. But
Why
yes,
do you think that is?
it
That-
seems to be that fans just, and I'm
How
born-
many guys are out there? I had no idea until I got a little bit older that there were so many guys in this world who wanted to have sex with their mothers.
I know, it's still
What is that fantasy?
it's still a little odd to me.
Don't you think it's the young men that were raised in their basement by their mommy?
I don't know what it, I
about
don't
that,
know
like-
what it is, but I'm gonna tell you, like,
We love
I
them.
thought it was
Yeah.
something on the tits.
maybe it's the breast thing. It might be the breast thing. I don't know what it is, but when I started camming, it was like rampant. And obviously Brittany has made like a whole fetish out of it. She's like, oh, well, if it's, if they want it, make a joke out of it and keep on going,
Yeah, it works, it works.
or make a fetish
Yeah.
out of it and keep on going. So, and, so any projects right now that you want to promote or talk about fans saying, this is what we want you to go to, this is what we want you to look at?
Well, we release new content every week on Sophie Marie XXX, sometimes more. She's got a ton of new bikini content that's coming out. We've done, she just shot another anal scene with Shawn Michaels.
Okay.
The first one.
Hi, Sean.
Sean was Sophie's
Michaels.
first anal on cam.
Sophie's first anal
Couple
was
years
Shawn.
ago.
I
know, both.
I think mine was Shawn Michaels.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
I
You gotta
know.
climb
That
up
is
the
a big
side.
thing, literally.
Shawn Michaels, no joke, okay?
No
You gotta
joke.
climb up the side of Shawn Michaels. And he hasn't missed a step in all these years.
No,
That
he
guy
has
just
not.
gets more legendary.
Yes,
We-
he does.
I've been shooting some of his content for his site, and they've been working together. So there's some, I can tell you, Sean hasn't lost his step.
No,
No,
Sean has
Sean.
not lost his step.
Yeah.
He is a rock star.
Yeah, he is one of the real rock stars of the adult industry. So, Shawn Michaels is?
Yes, I love
So let's bring Portia Carrera in on this now. Okay, so Portia Carrera and you guys, it turns out that you have some content on one of their sites that somebody's got that
Debbie
you
Sex
shot
Club.
for.
That's not
Previous
from
to-
them.
previous-
yes.
Previous
I just
to
told you
now,
that earlier.
These girls don't know each other. They've never worked together yet. They've never been in a scene together yet. Okay, they're in the same industry. Okay, and so how did you get into the industry, Portia?
It's been about 10 years now for me. I just kind of I've always been a fan of porn. And then one day I was watching porn. I was like, I can do that. And then I met a girl.
She has the cutest face with her face. You have the face of like, it's so baby face. It's so like
Thank
sweet.
you.
Like she doesn't look like the girl that you think would be going down on something. Okay. And I think a lot of that's appeal. That's the appeal, right?
Yeah, I try to keep it classy, on good days.
Keep it classy, but you know, and I'm that way too. I'm all about keeping it classy.
Yeah.
Like, I want to look classy, but when it comes to sex, I'm as dirty as they come. You know what I mean? I'm on it. I'm dirty sex is good sex. Keep it classy. You want to see a classy girl come into the room, but you know, they're like, you don't got to be all classy.
No,
So you have shot now how many movies?
I'm past 100 for sure.
Past 100, and you got a following. I saw you had a good following on Twitter. You got those boys following you. What are you doing in your movies that have all those boys coming after you?
I like to stick to threesomes because I love both sexes. I'm a
Okay.
total bisexual woman. I love to suck dick and eat pussy equally.
Did you start out doing girl or boy girl?
I started out doing boy girl. I started off in it's not a gangbang, when it's multiple women and men.
No, that's it. Oh, that's
Orgy?
an orgy.
Orgy.
Yeah, we used to call
started
them
an orgy.
orgy scenes back in the day. Okay, back in the day when things were good. Okay, no, but we used to call them orgies, and now they're called gangbangs, but they were different then.
Yeah.
Okay, where people, you know, it's the same thing as swinging. It was like a big swinging party with a camera involved at the end of it, and everybody looked forward to it. They all looked forward to the end, and then the shoot was done because they had all the content they needed for everything. Yeah. So you come into the industry. Your first scene was
an orgy.
It was an orgy.
It was an orgy. I was actually lucky though because they were like, pick a guy and
Well, that is how they are.
yeah, stick with them. I was like, oh, okay.
Who were you shooting for? You did
It was a company that's not even around anymore.
one of the
It was
first tier companies.
I forget the name. Candyland.
Oh, okay.
they were like super big back in the early, like I started porn in 2008, the late 2000s and stuff. They were really popular. But
How's your experience been so far with the adult entertainment industry?
I love it.
I love your pictures.
I
You
love
seem
it.
to be
I'm home here.
right, and you building your fan base, obviously. Where do your fans go to look at your content? What do you want to tell them about?
Here we are. I have a website. It's I Love Portia, XXX.XXX. You can find me there. I also have the content creator sites, OnlyFans, ManyVids. I also sell big on Pornhub and ModelHub.
Everybody sells big on Pornhub. Pornhub is like a big deal, right? So, yeah. That's awesome. So any projects that are going on right now that you want to get out there with your fans?
I'm actually getting ready to shoot my very first DP, double penetration.
Oh, wow.
Okay. And
And
so you've already done anal though, right?
I've done anal. Yeah, I love anal.
Okay, talk to me after the show. Girl. Mama knows all about that stuff. Okay, I'll dial you guys in on that. Trust me. I was the first woman in the adult industry that ever shot a double badge. It happened on a Greg Dark set, and it happened because a scene got overheated. Vanessa Del Rio, it was Vanessa Del Rio's movie. Myself, Ginger Lynn, and Tracy Lors were on a set together, and we were all competing over who was going to do the hottest scene and impress Vanessa Del Rio, because everybody wanted to impress Vanessa Del Rio. Trust me. And she was the shit then. That was the legend. Okay. And so we were doing this scene and it just got overheated. And the next thing I knew, it was like, bleak. And they were like, oh my God, it's so awesome. And I was like, which one? Is that a DP? And they're like, no. And it just, it was, I can't remember the two guys. I think it was Peter North and Tom Byron, but they knew what they were doing. And it was over the top and people still talk about it today. And then everybody after that was like, Ginger had done DPs. I had never done it.
Yeah.
I was like, you never. Because I didn't do anal. That's why they did a DB. I didn't do that back then. And then after that, I eventually progressed to it. Once, I just want to say to people, because, I know a lot of people out there think, and we joke. We like to joke, okay? We like to take life with a sense of humor here, especially these days. If you can't laugh, then what have we got left? But the truth is that the industry is a place where it is a business. And when you're on set, you know, we want to have a good time. We want to have a lot of fun. But it is a business and it's run like one. So you can rest assured that unless you're on the wrong set, that you are going, the girls, if the girls aren't treated right, all they got to do is call the union. And that's where we are. You know, we will come into a situation and we will clean it up pretty fast. And I just want to take a few minutes and talk about this situation because we're starting to move into, we're running a little late on time. These are two girls that are doing well in the industry. And, you know, they've got the bull by the horns right now. I have no doubt that they are going to go as far as they want to go and do well. And then when you're done, do whatever you've got coming next. That doesn't always happen, you know. And this week we dealt with a situation. I'm an officer on the Adult Performers Actors Guild. I've been there since the inception of APAG. It's APAG Union. And I got together with them and was asked by Bill Margold, who was our industry historian, to look out for the girls and help them. I do it because I want to be a part of the betterment of the industry. I want to see its growth and I want to see it evolve into something that is good for all people, that is still run like a business. This last week, I got a call from our president who said there is a woman being sex trafficked in Las Vegas right now. Well, immediately I was on it because that doesn't happen on my watch without me wanting to, as a person, just a human being, let alone an officer of the union, put a stop to any wrongdoings that are being done in the name of the adult industry. And I know that as content creators, Spike and Sophie, and even Portia was involved, and that's where I met her. There's this situation where there are people out there that are not doing good work. They are not compliant. They're not doing 2257s. They're not doing, making sure models have, you know, the proper ID to be a part of being on a shoot. And that's what happened specific to this young lady who we're going to invite her out in just a second just to say hi and come on into the show. Would it be okay if we put her over there? Do you want to?
Or I can come here so she can speak.
You want to do that? Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead. There you go. And so here's the deal. We had a woman. She's going to come in. She's got a name. She's already got a name for herself in the industry. She might change it later on. But I just want to introduce her and bring her into the studio. This is, how you doing, girl? Come on in. This is Lala. She's going to come on in and have a seat. Are you guys comfortable with that? You're all good?
Of course.
Okay. Say hi to Lala, everybody. This is Lala. We met Lala this last week. She got herself involved with some people that were not doing the right thing. And they had kind of taken advantage of her and taken her into a situation that was called a content party. Come and do a content party. And I'm just going to let her explain a little bit about what happened. They picked her up at a youth shelter, right? Picked her up at a youth shelter, told her, you're going to be a porn star. We're going to make you this. We're going to make you that. We're going to do all these things. And it didn't happen and it didn't come out that way. So we came in and took her out of the situation. So I have her at work with me today. I just want to say hi and let her experience some of the good people that are here in the adult industry and let her see a more positive side to the industry. So I know you've been in the back listening, right?
Yeah.
How you feeling, girl? First of all, look at her. She's gorgeous.
Yeah.
We did find out that her ID's checked out and she's 18, okay? Which is why we can have her on the show. But she's barely 18 years old. And
so like you already explained like everything that
well, just talk a little bit about it. See what happened. You met this guy.
So I was at the shelter and I met this guy on a dating app called Tag, and I was just on live, just doing my thing, dancing. Then he had texted me in my inbox saying that he would be able to help me work on my career, which was modeling.
And he asked you what you wanted to be, and you said, I want to be a model.
Yeah, he boyfriend, he was a porn star.
He's a porn star?
Yeah, that's what he had told me. And then, so, I didn't think much of it. I wasn't really happy with the spot that I was in, like in the shelter. So he had offered me a place to go. I ended up getting picked up from the gas station, and I went into his car, and then he had asked me if I had a boyfriend, and I said no. And then he was like, well, then, okay, well, it looks like you're gonna be my girlfriend now. And then I went with him and stayed with him for like a week or two. We had some photo shoots. I don't remember signing on any like release forms with him. So,
That's super important.
That's super important.
Super important.
Let me tell you something. The reason why I brought you out here, I want to give them a chance to do it, is I wanted you to be able to see a good part of the industry and that there are women in this industry. I've been in the industry for 35 years, even probably longer by now. Okay. And I've had bad experiences. I've had people take advantage of me and I've been ripped off. But the whole crux of my career, and I'm also a mainstream artist and I'm obviously a radio show host, I'm a mainstream actress, and I've done well. My life, I've done well. I don't regret my career. I wouldn't change it. Okay. But I've had to learn some hard lessons about taking care of myself. Okay. And we were talking about it today. I just wanted to let the girls tell you, because they're more closer to you and your age, the kind of things to take care of yourself. What do you do in a situation like that? Like, what would you do differently that might help her in the future? Sophie, you want to go or?
Go ahead.
I always try to stick on with the women a
Uh-huh.
lot and exchange phone numbers and contact information. So if I'm ever in a bad predicament, I know I have somebody to call. That helps me out.
What about you guys are top platform content creators. I mean, if she decides, and I'm not trying to make anybody encourage them to stay in or out of the adult industry. Believe me, I'm one of the people that believes that it's a good idea that we raise the limit for shooting adult to 21. Because I have the firm belief there is no question when somebody is 21, when they walk through the door, they're 18. Okay, for me, there may be a question when they're 18. I had to take a second good long look at you because you got a baby face.
Yeah.
Okay, and I was looking at you, especially without makeup. She's got baby face, and I had to look at her because one of the things I have to do is I had to make sure her ID is checked out because there's a whole child services thing that comes in. So, you know, I had to take a good look at you because you got that baby face, and that is sells. You know, that look sells. It really does. I mean, it doesn't matter in mainstream or whatever, but it does. And, you know, one of the things she said to me on the car on the way here, because I was talking with her, is she said, I want to be a model. I want to be a model. And I started out as a model. You know, I worked with John Robert Powers and whatever. You know, if you want to pursue modeling, you might want to take a stop and say, let me go check this out.
Mm-hmm.
You know what this is. Well, but the experience was bad. But if you need to decide that you want to do this, there are ways to go about it where you wind up one of these women with a company, you know, in a situation where you're going to make your money and you're going to be your own autonomous business person, you know, and that's something to think about. All right. Because
there's one other thing that's super important, and because we've had quite a few MILFs want to get into porn
right.
that we know. And then a year later, their husband lost their job and they want to get out.
Oh, really?
You can't unring the bell.
So
Once you're caught, the internet is forever. They can find you.
Why did the husband lose his job though?
That was the bad economy. in 08.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, so economies can,
That's why they get into it though.
they get in for fun. The
Fun.
MILF,
They're-
the married couples who want to,
You
do it.
never think you are going to be everywhere. And I'm going to tell you
Yeah.
really fast. I was 19 years old. I was almost 20. I immediately got into a relationship with a very famous guy in the adult entertainment industry. His name was Jamie Gillis. He was a legend. He was a mainstream actor. I was walking down the street in front of the Pussycat Theater, and we used to love to play and go watch my movies and get the guys. Okay, just like you with the dating app. You're trying to, you want to play. We want to play. We want to have fun in life. We want to meet somebody and have good sex and a good time and be taken care of, the whole thing. Okay. And so we were walking, and these two cops, because I was wearing these hot pants, and walking in a pair of high heels, because I used to wear pumps and high heels and shorts. And that, in those days, you were a prostitute if you did that in Hollywood, okay? Because that was back in the 80s, and you were a hooker. Nowadays, you do it all anywhere. You wear bras. Yep, got it. And so nowadays, you wear bras in the grocery store, but not back then. You didn't. And so these two cops rushed us and thought he was older than me. They thought he was a John who was picking up a young working girl, right? And so, and I was looking at him, and he was trying to tell me what to say to the cops, okay? And they thought, something, we were making a deal. Anyway, they threw me on the hood of this car, and he was like, no, officer, she's not a hooker. Look, he points across the street, and on the side of the Pussycat Theater, and you can all look it up, it's absolutely true. I had done a movie called If My Mother Only Knew, and I was wearing the exact same white leather hot pants at the time, and I had my thumb in my mouth, and it was this poster of me going like this with my thumb in my mouth, right, with these like whatever, and the cop looks over, and it was the side of the building. The whole, it was like unbelievable. It was probably like 40 or 50 feet tall. Anyway, the cop goes, oh my God. He goes, she's not a hooker. That's Amber Lynn. I mean, at this time it was like huge. And so what happened was the cop goes, oh my God, I'm sorry. And Jamie was like, oh, you can harass her a little bit. She probably liked it. And they were like, I was terrified. Okay. You will never live it down. You will never live that down, because what will happen is you will be recognized, and it will happen to you. It will happen to everybody, and that's something you have to settle with yourself with. Okay.
Yeah. Add something to that. I'm also a California real estate agent, and I've dealt with people recognizing me on my regular job.
Oh yeah, happened to me in real estate. As a matter of fact, that's a good backup job, and it also an education. I'm proud of you for doing that. That's really great. What are you doing in Vegas? You go to California? Right now.
Right now.
Right. But what I'm saying, what I'm saying to you is that, and he made a really good point. If you decide you want to do it, there's positive for you. And now we got your number, and so nobody's going to be messing with you. All right. So I just wanted to let you know that. Do you have any questions at all that you want to say to the girls or whatever? Her content has been pulled, by the way, guys.
Has it?
I just wanted to
They don't have
appreciate it.
permission.
She didn't sign a release. She wasn't paid for the content. I stepped in and said, we found out her ideas are valid. If somebody wants Mama to step in and negotiate what a good day rate would be to turn over that content, you got a kid who's struggling here. You don't take advantage of a kid who's struggling or anyone who's struggling. You want to make business, then you make it a business deal. And I was going to negotiate a rate to take, the money out of it for that. And our president stepped in and said, no, we're going to get the content. This guy needs to not be in the industry anymore because of the way you handle yourself. There are ways of doing that. So before we go, and we got some time to go there, but I just want to let these guys, we have this thing called, what's important to me. So I want you to just talk about like whatever it is, where your fans can go to get your content, what your project is that you want to get out there. Animal rescue. I noticed they've got a service dog on the floor here. My little dog was so mad. He wanted to come to the studio so bad. And he's a little service dog. He's a snoodle. He's a mini schnauzer.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and I usually take him everywhere with me. but those two would have been all over each other.
Jordan likes little doggies.
He does,
does.
but he's so good, right? So you just put him down and he's just going with you guys, right?
Yeah.
Whose dog is he?
He's mine.
He's yours?
Yep.
Okay. Do you fight over him? No? I fight over him.
Yeah, she has to take care of him.
I have to do it all. I do.
He listens to me though.
So let's let you go first.
Okay, well, where can you find me? Twitter, Wicked Yummy One.
That's right. She is the yummy girl.
The
Number one
yummy girl.
too, right?
I used to have an Instagram, Wicked Yummy One, but I got that stuff taken down a couple years ago.
Did
so-
they delete your Instagram
Oh, yeah,
account? Or
they
just
did.
so you know, they did mine too.
Did they?
Every time my account hits 100,000 followers.
Yeah, I was about that. over
Yeah,
that.
well, they do that because at 100,000 followers, you're considered an influencer and you can actually use your brand in order to make money. And they do it to a lot of people. And I don't even post nude pictures.
Well, I didn't think I did
Yeah.
either. I had a bikini, like the butt scoop, and it didn't show, I didn't have it in my crack. But, and you couldn't see anything, but anyway, I think for a hump day, a couple years, anyway, so they took it down, so, but I had a backup
They
account.
got you on a hump day.
They did!
What the hell, you
But-
know? You should be able to post that. And then you see other
Kim
women.
Kardashian could post her hump up there, nobody cares.
Well, that's
That's a
her.
hump.
That's a whole point of
She
that.
posted up up there and they try to tell me that story about how the algorithm picks up a lot of skin, like based on how much skin you're showing. And I said, that girl puts on a G string. That is all.
It
skin.
covers the whole thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
right? And it gets bigger every year.
So, but I had a backup account
You had a backup
for
account?
Instagram,
So
just in
do
case.
you have something for your fans to go say hi?
What's the name of the backup account?
Yummy Sophie on Instagram.
Yummy
Sophie with an F.
Sophie with an F for fun, fucking fabulous. No, just kidding.
Any new stuff that you're gonna be working on this year? We're all trying to get back to work here too.
You know, I just do what fans like. I do a lot of interracial. I do a lot of taboo. Not big on the BDSM, but beats.
Brittany's got plans for her.
Oh,
Yes, I'm supposed to shoot Brittany here in a couple weeks. So
Bend
she
over.
might teach me a thing or
Bend
two.
over and
Okay.
kiss your feet goodbye.
Yeah.
I'm building the cross too.
Yeah.
Next thing you know,
Oh,
right?
no, yeah.
She'll
Brittany's
be,
supposed to-
she'll be here. She'll be in here next year going,
Yeah,
Right?
and then yeah, yummygirl.com for all of the sites, and then my personal website, SophieMarieXXX.
how about you, Spike? Anything you wanna pump?
Well, I run basically the whole back end of Yummy Girls, all the websites, and I shoot content, perform as well. New stuff coming up. Shawn Michaels and I are working on a project that hopefully will take us in a pretty fun direction. So we have a producer that wants to be involved in the production of a line of movies. So
Oh, that's awesome. Shawn Michaels is really cool. He's a great guy to work with. I
Yes.
worked with him. He was the president of our union on the inception of it. He's been a friend of mine for 35 years. And like I said, I've done movies with him and he'd kill me if I didn't take the opportunity to name the movie. It's called Golden Ass. Shawn Michaels, Golden Ass.
Love it.
We did that. I did that movie for him and he's just good people. Okay. So he's out there listening. All right. So Portia, Miss Portia, what do you want to pump, girl?
I just started After Hour Productions. So I'm in the process of how you're saying branding myself and doing everything the right way. So yeah, check me out, After Hours LLC. And again, it's I Love Portia, XXX.XXX. And you also can find me on all the content creator sites, ManyVids, OnlyFans, and Just for Friends.
I actually found both girls, just so you know, with a good Google search, because a lot of times it like gets in the way. And so, you know, people take those names. So make sure you guys go out there, take
Yeah.
Spike's advice, pick a name, reserve it, and then do yourself a favor and just go and get all the domains. It's worth spending, you know, $100 to just reserve all of that. So,
Sarah, I'm sorry, I did forget, we have one major project. Tara, Indiana, she's a Dom from way back in the old days. She's wants to start distributing her content online. It's only been DVD only. So she was Brittany's, I guess, mentor.
Her mentor. Oh.
So it's
The one who taught Brittany everything she knows.
Yeah.
Uh-oh. We're gonna have to do that. All right, you guys, that's all the time we have. Lala doesn't have any stuff right now, but I want to thank you guys for joining us for another episode of Rockin' Sexy Uncensored.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a wonderful
Bye.
week. Are we good?
Cool.
Terry.
You're only going an hour
You're beating
tonight?
me up.
Uh-huh.
You're only going an hour tonight?
We're going 1 hour tonight. Thank you guys for joining us. We love you. Give me just a sec.
The sweetest thing ever.
That was awesome.
So yeah,
No,
as
we're
far
good.
as the industry thing, I mean, I think you're
We're
around a
just
lot
gonna
of
go
different
in
things,
here
right?
and
Is that the burrito?
What I would suggest.
yeah, that's the burrito and
I
I
know,
just
'cause
like
I took her out to dinner. She said you want to be a.
yeah, can you stop this for me?
I
You
would-
gotta end
I
it.
would
You
say
just gotta end
before
the
you
live
fully
stream.
do it, work on getting some kind of other income stream in, and then you know if you still want to do it, you know I would help you. I'm pretty sure you can get all of our contacts here.
That's all I have to do, right? Is just stop
If you
it?
really want to do it, like, you need to get on an OnlyFans account.
No, you don't want to
You can
go
start
live.
doing
You
social
just want to stop
media.
it, right?
We had the
Yeah,
guy, we had our
he'll
own
kill it,
thing
right?
connected
He'll
to
kill
his
it.
bank account.
Well, I didn't kill it, and I don't know if Michael's watching.
Yeah.
I'll get my back.
Is that Biden?
Look at all these people.
Try best to walk away.
Got a lot of, you know, a lot of people in there?
Yeah.
What, and-
Yes.
Do you have a computer or access to a computer? Because to be
Who's
your
this?
fastest way to make money right now, you can.
Yes. County?
OnlyFans will help, but if you're just a webcam and you're on there, and you have to figure out, plus you find out what your fans are,
Yeah.
right? Do they want you as a bikini girl? They want you wearing high heels? They want you in stockings? They want you in dressed like, schoolgirl outfit? And you gotta figure that
I
out.
don't know what this is. I don't know how to stop this, so
Just
I
play it.
have to just
And that's safe.
go
There's no one to
into
come through.
Zoom.
That's a really good one.
And
So we run the Emmy Girl Cam, so if you decide you want to do that,
see
set
if
you
we,
up, and that's
oh,
streaming.
it goes like that. There it is. Now we're gonna go in. You gotta end it.
That way